Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will walk through my whole entire home collection of plants and I will show you 20 specimens. This is only beginning and idea of the entire video to document my starting point, what plans do I have now for this moment, just to remember. In one of my previous video I already talked to you guys that it's interesting to document the starting point of the whole journey, and this is the point A, the start point, the point zero of my planting journey. For this moment I have quite a few plants. Part of it is just regular green common plants that you all know, and another part maybe some rare, I think so, specimens that I already purchased for this moment, and they start to grow and they grow well. And today I will show you all my entire collection, big species, small little babies that I plan to grow, to the big huge specimens, to fill all this wall and to turn this corner into a big piece of green jungle into my home. Okay, let's start. I think you all already noticed my Monstera deliciosa. It's very hard to squeeze it on a frame, but look at this, how huge this Monstera. When I bought it, I didn't know that there is a Monstera deliciosa small form that called Berzigiana and there is a big form, and I grow it from November last year. For this moment, about 7, maybe 8 months. It was a little monstera with 3 leaves, and all these leaves grow into my care. And I think it may be a big form of monstera, and it will be grow much bigger than this because of one little detail. At the end of the petiole, it has some ripples, and I heard that this is one of the signs that it may be Monstera big form. My Monstera have a pretty long internodal space, I think, but this is maybe because it's a juvenile little baby, and while she will be grow further, internodal spaces may become more shorter. By the way, this is great plant to begin with. It's very hardy, it's very resilient. At the first time I didn't knew nothing about the right substrate for aroids, and I planted into a pond, but it's not a semi-hydro setup. There is no after watering setup with a cord. This is just rocks. I water it when it becomes dry, and it grows like this, even in the rocks, in substrate that not fit for this beast, and it's not retaining huge amount of moisture, but look at this. She is do perfect. Okay, the next plant that I want to show you is my Philodendron mayoi. Look how huge is this leaf. I purchased it at the beginning of January, I think, and the delivery was awful. It came to me with a broken growth point, and it takes some time to recover after this incident. And in the second couple of months, it turned very leggy, and I noticed that leaves become smaller and smaller. Look at this huge internodal space. At this time, I cut my mayoi at several pieces, and this is the top cutting. Since then, it rooted very well. Look at these healthy white roots. And I made a moss pool for it to see if I can make the internodal space more smaller to make this plant lusher and bigger. And look at this. At the same time that it rooted into moss, internodal spaces became much smaller, maybe 1 centimeter or 2. Look at whole this stem, and there is only 2 leaves on it. And this is little piece of stem has already 2 big leaves, and it's working on the 3rd leaf. How amazing is this? It's the first time I saw on my experience what can make a moss pole with a plant. And look at these roots and these secondary roots that grew into moss here. How gorgeous is this? And because of this, I think the plant received much more support, much more medium, much more moist, and much more confidence that everything is okay. And it started to give me such a beautiful big leaves. And this is Philodendron mayoi. I think that it will be one of the first plants that I can grow big, huge for this wall, and it can be part of my big green jungle. Okay, what's next? You already saw my huge Ficus elastica. This is subspecies Burundi. It has a beautiful dark foliage, very thick leaves, like a thick paper. It came to me with a Christmas pine that I purchased for the last New Year in December, and it came like a thin stick without these side branches. And I heard a lot about Ficus elastica. Since it's loose, it leaves. The buds that are dreaming here will never wake again. And there is no way that it can be some side branches in the part of the stem where there is no leaves at all. But look at it. One side branch, 2, another one, a little one, another huge one without leaf on a stem, another one, another, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 side branches. And now this is huge, lush little tree that look like amazing. I think that the reason why it behaves like this, why it's growing such amount of side branches, is the big amount of light. At the first couple of months, it stayed here in our living room and it's done nothing. But I thought that it will be great if it can grow to the huge big tree, a big specimen. And for that reason, I put it into my balcony to the direct sun, and in the first week, it's burnt a leaf. But a couple weeks later, when it adjusts to its new home, it became to do this. So I think that if your Ficus elastica don't want to be branching, you can try to give it more direct sun. Who's next? This is my Philodendron Jose Bono. Look at this precious leaf. It has a calm, stable variegation that emerged like bright white, and then with the time became more calmy, like this minty green color, and then more darker and darker. And that's why every leaf, even it can emerge with such a big amount of white, to the end will become more green. It can truly photosynthesize and it grows very fast. When I purchased it in May, it has only 2 leaves, and these 3 leaves grow since then. What a speed! And just look how gorgeous is this. It quite sized up with every leaf and became thicker and thicker, and I put some sphagnum moss at the base of the plant so it can root it into substrate with these side aerial roots. And I think it will help the plant to grow even more quicker. How cool is this? And there is a second branch, second plant that came to me in green form without variegation, but at the beginning of our journey, when it was adjusted to my place, it was some problems with unfurling the new leaf. And I saw on TikTok that you can touch a new leaf that's stuck into the previous one with the hot napkin, and it will be released. And I boiled the growth point of the second green plant here, and it's died, but in the couple of weeks another 3 growth points emerged in the dead stem. And I admire how strong the willing to live of this thing. And I think in time it will be 3 different plants, and who knows, maybe this can show me some variegation too in time. And this is common one, Epipremnum marble queen. Look at these gorgeous speckles on it. I made a little moss pole for this plant, and I think I will be grow it up to the moss pole to the big size of the leaf. I'll try to get as much big leaf on this plant as possible, and I heard with the time when it grow more bigger leaf, the vibe of the Epipremnum marble queen may be like the vibe of Monstera Thai constellation, and it will be great. I don't want another big Monstera because I don't have enough space for it. I think that this specimen will grow very well. Plus, I have another 2 little Deliciosas. There is no reason to have another huge Monstera like Deliciosa. Maybe at some point we'll purchase some another Monstera like Monstera Peru or Monstera Adansonii or something like this. And I think that it will be more interesting to have 2 or 3 different Monsteras than a great amount of Deliciosas with green leaves or with speckles on the leaf, but in fact it will be the same species. So I will try to grow this as big as possible because I don't like how it looks like a trailing plant. It's a common, it's not very interesting to grow this like others do. What do I have next? I have here little Zemiaculcas. This is the regular one, green form. It reminds me of my first plant that I received as the giving when we lived in the most beautiful apartment in Moscow for several months. And it reminds me of that time that I lived in a beautiful, beautiful home, and I liked there, really liked there. It was the last apartment in Moscow before our great move into Europe. And it's rescued plant. A friend of mine bought it from Chinese store and separated it into 2 pieces. And after some time, it rooted very well and even gave me some new leaves. And 1 more leaf is emerging right now. I think it can be grown into a lush big bush for half a year or so. I like it. I like that it has very thick leaves, glossy. And these fat stems, it's look very interesting. And it holds a lot of moisture that I can even forget to water it and it will be okay. What do I have next? I have this staghorn fern. This is Platycerium bifurcatum. I wrapped it into moss that it became some kind of kokedama. And there is no leaves here. In Russian, it calls vaya. I don't know how it's in English, maybe branch or something. And since May, it gives me this branch, this little one that growing just now, this little branch, this little one. little baby branch. I don't know if you see this little one. Someday I will mount it on a cord bark or maybe some hanging plate, something like this. But today it's just a little baby, and I want to show you in this picture how it can be grow, how precious and gorgeous it can become with time. I want you to share with me your experience with these guys. If you grow in this, how often do you water it? I don't know yet. Sometime it gave me these spots, sometime it shows me some droopy effect. And for this time, I didn't figure out how to care for this guy and how to grow it well. So if you have experience with platyceriums, just give me a comment. What do you do with this? Okay, what's next? I do have some trailing philodendrons that I like. For example, this philodendron micans. It has velvety little heart-shaped leaves, and when it receives direct sun, it even can give some shimmery effect on these leaves. Very, very beautiful. At the first few days that I received it, I chopped some little branches and gave them another little pot. So for this time I have 2 pots of philodendron micans, and I want to grow them like trailing plants. Maybe it will grow from here to the floor, I don't know, but it's very, very pretty. And when it's sun stress, it can turn to pink at the new leaves, and it's very pretty too. Little babies. By the way, after chopping, it sprouts very well in different points, and for this time it even grew some new vines, and it's very fast grower, very fast grower. I have another 2 Philodendrus hederaceums. This was Philodendron hederaceum micans, and I have one more. This is Philodendron hederaceum lemon lime. And look, this is great pop of color. It's very bright light, almost neon yellow. It's pretty. Look at this. And since I have it, it grows very well too. It was only 3 vines here, and I chopped 1 of 3, make 1 node cuttings, propagate them, and here we are. This is new vine, this is new, this is new. With the time it will be trailed down and it will be even more beautiful than this now. When new leaves emerge, they appear like this bright yellow color, and with time they become more green and more calm. And here I have another Philodendron hederaceum. It has this little yellow variegation in the center of the leaves, and its stable variegation holds with every leaf. And I just wait for this grow well. I have this Alocasia regal shield. It was just a little baby in May. Here now it's July, and it gave me 2 new leaves, and now it's walking for the new one. It's very interesting to watch this leaf to grow. When I woke up in the morning yesterday, it was only for this mark, and this is how he grew since then, almost on my eyes. And with every leaf, it sizes up. I believe that this leaf will be even bigger than this. What do I like in this Alocasia? It's my first Alocasia, that it is very easy and very fast growing. It grows literally on my eyes. And every day I see a little changes of this plant, and it's very interesting. I have more 2 struggling plants that I received through plant swap from one kind woman here in Valencia. This is future mini monstera or Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It struggled a lot for this moment. I received it like a stem without any leaves, with these remains of past beauty. It was a couple weeks ago, and now it gave me some new roots, and this one, and gave me a new leaf. Without fenestration yet, but I don't mind. It will be fenestrate with the second or with the third leaf anyway. I heard about this, that Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is very fast growing. It's easy going, fast growing plant with huge amount of resilience. But for this, maybe it's not settled yet. Maybe it should grow more roots before it will give me some new leaves. I don't know. But for this time, this is not a such fast growing plant as I want to, or maybe I should have more patience with this. And another rescued plant, this is little cutting of Philodendron Burle Marx. I don't know, for this moment I have these beaten leaves. There was a lot of pests. I showered it many times with alcohol, with soap and etc. It will be great if it will be survive. For this moment, I think it's very resilient plant, since it lived through big infestation of different pests and it survived. And I'm waiting for this to grow very well. And with time, I will give it a support to climb up. And I think it will be beautiful plant. But now it's a little miserable. And the last plant of my list, this Anthurium veitchii. It's one of the most precious plants for me because it was on my wish list since I saw it the first time. Second time. At the first time when I saw this plant, I thought that it is most ugliest plant ever. But in the second time when I saw it, I thought that I want it now. I want it in my home. It was in May, and now it gave me a little new leaf. I like this ribbly texture. It emerged like a teeny tiny little leaf, and it continued to expand since then. And I think while I'm looking at the form of the second leaf of this plant, that the third leaf will be twice bigger than this. Look at the form, elongated form. It will be expand more, and I am waiting to see it in the full size. It will be gorgeous, 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 gorgeous plant. How cool is this? That is all for the tropical part of my plants. I think it's a great starting point for me, and I am waiting for my collection to expand and to fill up my green corner. And to the next video, I think we'll go to the plant shopping with me. I don't know yet, but see you on the next video. And if you like this video, please push thumbs up and bye bye. See you on the next video.